So good morning everyone, hope you're well. So we're back today at the Volkswagen AMAROK with the automatic transmission multi-plug problem. So the engine code is Charlie Sierra Hotel, I think it's Alpha. So we went down a bit, well, we kind of thought about the problem for a few weeks to thought what's the best solution to this idea. So I managed to get a wiring diagram. In fact, I'll show you where I got the wiring diagram for. If you're struggling for wiring diagrams, I would highly recommend this little gadget here. There it's here, it's called Carmen Pro. Now you can get the Carmen Pro Standard Edition, that's free but it includes adverts that will drive you insane. But if you buy the Carmen Pro for £40, there's quite a lot in it. Yeah, I'll just launch and let you see it. There's all the stuff there. Now it doesn't cover absolutely everything, but the times I've had to use it, it's had what I wanted, so it's not too bad at all. So it's original VW diagram, so I'll not show you them, but here is a pin out of the multi-plug. So we went to the main dealers and decided just to buy the multi-plug and the wires and re-terminate this thing, because I think the best thing to do is to cut the wires and see where the water is coming from. So there's that multi-plug there, and you can see the distinctive marks, this little groove at the bottom. So I drew a picture for you. So I think the first thing we're going to do is check for powers and grounds. So pin 13 there, that's the red green, that's fuse 58, that's a 12 volt constant supply. Then we can jump down to pin 9, that's black blue, fuse 31, that's an ignition supply, so there's 9. And then the next one is pin 14, the biggie, is earth. So we'll check these three wires first, check our powers and grounds, and then we can go after everything else. In fact, pin 11, yellow brown, that's the part neutral switch. So I would imagine, this is just my hypothesis, that we're getting either 5 volts or 12 volts, and I think that's wired into the cluster. That'll come down there, and when it's in part or when it's in neutral, that switch will be either open or closed. So when it's in park or neutral, I think it's closed, because that would ground the switch. So, but we'll go and check our powers and grounds first. There's the multi-plug. So what we've done, we blew it out with compressed air, and we also blew out up there at the multi-plug with compressed air. Oh, it's soaking wet. So looking at this multi-plug here, pin 13 is just where my thumb is. That's a constant 12 volts. Now I'm getting nothing on that. I'm getting a pin 14, this one here, I'm getting a ground, and I'm getting an ignition fed supply there. So I'll just show you that. So there's pin 13, you can see I've got nothing. Pin 9, got power. And then the other one, we'll change your ends over, give that a ground. I'll go to pin 14 now. There you go. Got a ground there. So they're good, so we need to go back to pin 50, fuse 58, and see what's going on up there. So that's fuse 58 there. The green one, 30 amp. So I've checked both sides of that with a test light. Good. So we need to go back down to the box and see what the wiring's like in there. Fuse 58. Up to the fuse box and we check fuse 58. I'll show you that one later. And indeed, that fuse was good. It's a 30 amp. But when we came down to the multi-plug, there's your problem. So you can see the wire has corroded, and it's absolutely soaking wet going at the back. Now it went through this channel, that conduit, and you can see that soaking as well. So how the hang has it ever got into there? So we're going to try and either maybe replace this multi-plug, we don't know yet, because these pins, they look no too bad. Don't know. Try and do this one first, see how we get on, and then we'll just decide. So what we think we're going to do is, because these pins are very difficult to extract, we're going to try and push a 1.5mm drill bit right through there, See if we can extract the old, that one in the middle there, see that one there? See if we can just try and extract that. I'll let you know how we get on. There is some.
It's coming off at the back end.
Oh, it's piling in there.
That's his there, eh?
Aye, bin 13, that's right above the. So Roddy's just using a using a 1.5 mil punch to see if we can send this through. Oh, let you through, my man. That's went right through. Okay, look at that. So there's a, oh, there's a bit. Was that is that its internals?
Aye.
Is that free? Oh aye, clear as a whistle. Right, so we're going to get a new wire, pop it in. Which other end like really? There's still a bit there. I think there is a bit still there. So there we go. So he just used that little, there we go, that's better to clear it. Used that little 1.5 mil and he's extracted it, so you can see that's well rotten. A wee bit like going to the dentist today, I think. There we go. Extraction. So we're going to get the new, we'll cut back this wire. We'll see how bad it is. See if there's any blackness or water. And we'll try it. The wire. And the wire looks good. There you go. We've now got our 12 volt supply, constant supply. So the ignition key is off. And we'll go right there. So we're going to wire in that new one. Clean up this multi-plug and just try it. So we've temporarily put that wire connected back together. So at the moment of truth, oh, looking good. We have the P up the dashboard, and we've now got that green symbol. So put our foot in the brake. Oh, there we go. That's looking good. And there we go. Our lights are back on. So we'll crank her over. No bother. We'll try this. We'll not move it yet. So we'll go and take it a run, see how it is, and then we'll do a permanent repair. And the other pins look dodgy as well. I think we're just going to change the full multi-plug and hope for the best. So that's it all back together, and we believe that the source of the water problem is this. So we've done away with that. We believe the way it was lying was like the L shape, so that was hanging down going into the multi-plug. And then I think the water's been running down the cable from the automatic transmission going into this, and this has been the trap. So we've packed it full of Vaseline, renewed these wires, and we'll see how that goes, but I think that's just a bad design. Anyway,